Hello all and welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley Robin and I am a starving artist by day with aspirations to be a true crime YouTuber by night. If you like true crime, chill vibes, and occasionally original art and music videos, we should get along just fine. If you're weird, even better. I was actually shocked to find so little about this particular case. I searched on YouTube for other shows similar to mine that covered it because I wanted to see if I was pronouncing her name right. But oddly, I found no videos about this case. Granted, I only scrolled for a bit, but just the fact that the first search result was about a different girl completely is pretty telling. This is True Crime Time Hop, episode 14. Warning, the following content may be disturbing to some audiences. If you're triggered by talk of violence, murder, and other common themes that are related to true crime, exit the video now and prioritize your mental health. Viewer discretion is advised. Nicole duFresne was born on January 5, 1977 in Minnesota. She grew into an aspiring actress and playwright. Unfortunately, she never got to reach her full potential on the silver screen because her life was tragically cut short on this day, January 27th, at around 3 a.m. The young dreamer was out for the night in Lower East Side Manhattan with fiancé Jeffrey Sparks, friend Mary Jane Gibson, and her boyfriend, Scott Nath. They were returning home after a night of celebrating and drinking because she just got a temporary job bartending at the Rockwood Hall. As the group made their way down Clinton Street, they were approached by 7 teenagers, 5 boys and 2 girls. They were on the hunt for more victims to fight after they had already mugged someone earlier in the night for their leather jacket and harassed a girl at the local subway station that same night. A member of the group, Rudy Fleming, demanded money. Sparks pushed his way past Fleming, at which point the teen swung both hands. He hit Sparks in the temple with a Taurus 387 Magnum he had been holding while he was walking. Up until that point, Sparks and his group did not realize the opposing group had a gun. Another mugger, Servicio Simmons, followed up with his friend's blow to Sparks by saying, "It doesn't have to be like this. My friend's bugging. He just wants money." Fleming took Gibson's purse and cell phone and gave them to the girls in the group, Ashley Evans and Tatiana McDonald. duFresne turned to her fiancé and asked him if he was okay, as he bled profusely from his left eye. He motioned for them to just leave, and Nath grabbed the man's arm and coaxed him up the road to run with his friend. Gibson followed the 2 men as they made their retreat toward Rivington Street, but duFresne stayed behind to confront the men. She looked Fleming dead in the eye and said, "What are you going to do, shoot us?" Bear in mind, she was drunk. Granted, I'm sure the experience somewhat sobered them up, but anyway, I digress. Fleming pushed the girl in his face, and she stumbled back momentarily, but then came up at him again, reiterating her question. With that, he lifted his right arm and shot a single bullet through her chest that exited out of her back. The muggers fled as her group circled back to her aid after hearing the gunshot. She died just minutes later in the arms of her fiancé. But honestly, what kind of fiancé even was he to leave her behind and save his own skin like that? Had he been holding her back or coaxing her along the way that the others were all coaxing each other to hurry up and yeet the fuck out of there, she might not have met her own fate that night. Am I wrong? What do you think? Anyway, on October 12, 2006, Rudy Fleming was found guilty of first-degree murder, 2 counts of robbery, 4 counts of attempted robbery, and 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon. He was already on parole for pointing a gun at a truancy officer at the time of the murder. On December 11th, he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. He tried to appeal his conviction on the basis of mental incompetence, but he was found to be exaggerating his mental illness. He was determined to be fit to stand, and his charges were upheld. Simmons, who's actually a cousin of Fleming, was sentenced on February 27, 2007 to 10 years as part of a plea deal. He pled guilty to first-degree robbery and agreed not to appeal like his boneheaded cousin tried to. And then on April 26, 2007, Ashley Evans, Fleming's girlfriend, was sentenced to 6 years in prison for first-degree robbery as part of a plea deal. She was actually the one who instigated the whole attack. She admitted she heard one of the girls in duFresne's group laughing and having a good time, and it irritated her so bad, 'cause of her hating ass being bitter, that she decided to start a fight with one of the girls in the group. Evans was released on parole in 2010, so she only had to serve 3 years for her part. So yeah, those teenagers were dumb as hell, and it just reminds me of how humanity is just absolute shit. Good night. Seriously though, I'm gonna wrap it up and make this kind of a short one. There are ways that I could have probably done better with it, but it is what it is. I'm trying to be consistent with posting every day. It's not always going to be a 100%. At this point, I think it's probably better than I think it is. It's just that I've been staring at this for so long that I'm like, I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I'm going to wrap this one up. I have this one and the last one to edit quick and throw up before I go to sleep, hopefully, but it's already almost 1 in the morning. So I'm thinking at this point they might be getting posted tomorrow. But tomorrow, the episode for that day will be posting at 9 p.m. Come hell or high water. So be there or be square. And tell your friends. Have a good night.